Wassail, Leo. Wassail, Leo. So I've reached you. Oh, I'm already got fixed fire in me. Oh. So we're looking at peeping ahead at the year ahead. On the 1st of January 2023 at midnight GMT, we discover, rather excitingly for me anyway, that Pluto and Venus are in a conjunction, and I've been picking up that energy since Lisbon, so it's a couple of years ago, and it's this energy of Pluto in love. Somehow, I don't know, but Pluto and Venus, and we're doing a reading peeping ahead, but we're beginning with that energy for each house. But before we start, I had to put it in front of me, because I forget the formula. We're going to do some bells for you. So, that was fascinating. I got the energy of you giggling and kind of saying Schadenfreude, as in saying to someone else, well, you brought that upon yourself. So, let's just have a little look. What's going on in Leo at that exact moment? Actually, kind of 15 degrees of Leo. Is it 15 degrees? Yeah, 15 degrees of Leo. There's nothing in asteroid or planet in your sign, but you are the movement between houses 10 and 11 within this reading. If that means anything. It might be just, it feels like an energy of coming back, finding your fame, finding your leadership, finding your king of the jungle energy, and just returning to the collective somehow. Don't forget, Pluto's moving into Aquarius on the 23rd of March. And so it's interesting that we open with the energy of Pluto and Venus. So we've got the runes, and we're looking for, I'm not taking that one, I'm not ready yet. We're looking for what Pluto is offering Leo, or house Leo, or houses 10 and 11, or wherever it is for you. There's many ways to read into these messages. There's something about a clean slate though. So Pluto. Now that is interesting. I forget whose and which reading it was, but it was the protection that we ring fence around the past, and it's 1551. 15. So this is about breaking through that barrier of the self, of bringing yourself back to the collective. That makes sense. Venus. Oh, she just did a little, sensual slide across my hand with one card. Leaf shade. That's this energy of being wrapped in comfort. And then she's dropped 3. Oh, 4. Interesting, 4 and 1. It's making me think of Eros in the other deck. So, being wrapped in comfort, but actually the second card being Ur, which is wild ox. This is to be untamable. It's time to break free from the comforts of the past, because they're stopping your movement somehow. The comforts of the past, you need to break free from that. And I feel like you need to come out of your shadows full of new life nutrients, beginning again in a divine frequency. I feel, looking at the actual symbols of the runes, Leo, that this is a challenge. This is a big challenge to break through an energy, because the rune energy, aside from these two, and bringing that shade in, all of the others are asking for really massive transformations. They're not easy to get from one space to the next. That doesn't mean it's going to be troubled. It means that you need more resolve to get your frequency, to get your growl back. The growlers. We're definitely going to have to use this deck. Actually, I'm going to go with the Alchemy of Astrology just before that. Alchemy of Astrology. So Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. What's going down for Leo? Moon in Aquarius. Connecting with refixing emotions. Again, this energy, this is tying in with the freedom of Ur, the big black glossy Urok that roams the world. Strong ego is the energy here. Refueling your ego. And now we got Moon in Capricorn. So it feels very much like a reminder to go back to the point in the past where you became stuck. And I think for a lot of people, it was a couple of years ago. But this is to go back to your inner values, to reconsider what used to make you Leo. And it's really strange because so often, what made you Leo, sirens? There's so many sirens here. What made you Leo? It's interesting that the moon is on the back as well, just pointing, calling out that notion. Where is the moon? The moon will be in Taurus at that moment. Again, that's fixed energy. It's like refixing your core inner values. And there's something about this. The security is a deception. You've created a new security to soothe you, and it's time to break free and roar. Oof, oof. So, Aqua Regia. This dissolves noble metals, and I want you to think of yourself as a noble metal. It's time to dissolve all the things that have kind of alchemized to you that are not you, because you're going into Philosopher's Stone territory. This is a return to spirit, return to truth, return to power. This is the prima materia. This is the sea womb that you're being birthed from. I want to say you need to become the sea in some way. That's really interesting. I guess you need to get out the swelterness. You need to go, review, go back there, look at it, work it out, and then get out of that whirlpool of the past. And it does feel recent. It doesn't feel ancient. It just feels like a barrier that just got in the way. So Juno, Juno is in Pisces. So that's this energy of release. You've got to, that's really fascinating. You've got to unmerge that which has alchemized to you that's not you. You've got to transform that frequency. Because Neptune and Vesta, it's like Vesta's, let me just check. Neptune is at 22, 24. So there's been a conjunction and it's separating. So you need to separate that which doesn't belong to you. It's talking about the mirror. It's like you're looking in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself, and it's time to transform your appearance, somehow transform how you see yourself. There are things in your past that are somehow, they feel unbreakable, but they're removable. This is the point. It's time to shed the old. That was a bit too many Leo. Opposition. So this is about this unsticking energy, this energy of removal. There's a divine frequency of source, whatever you want to call it, that's working with you to help you shed the molasses, to wash free, to cleanse, to ablute. Just moving that down there to make a bit more room. I just want to see whether there's some kind of obvious... Let me go to that. Frequency... No, I'm not seeing an obvious planetary opposition. It is that sense of all that doesn't belong needs to be removed, Leo. So a couple more cards from this deck, please, for Leo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, Leo. So we have sulfur. This is about renewal. So you need to go in and refix old things, discover truths about yourself that you've mislaid, and reapply them. Interesting. Quincunx and Moon in Libra. So it's talking about the energy of, if you can rediscover your inner truths, you can apply a kind of an easing. There's this energy of like an incompletion anxiety that's been growing within you. Like you can't seem to get a hold of things, and that's what's transforming. You're reapplying you to your life. So now we're going to go with this deck because there's lots of lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Oh, I'm really warm. Got a bit of a glow on. Is that you, Leo? Are you glowing again? Where are you glowing? I'm glowing here and here. Oh, you're off. You're already out the starting gate on this clearing energy. Two of batons. That's got the energy of vision, but there's something, two of swords. I picked up some information on this card earlier today. And what did I want to say about it? It's like when two becomes one. But here it feels the complete opposite. It feels like this is the time to take off the old mask or the new mask, to kind of go into the frequency of an older version of you, a lost part of you, that's the right frequency for 2023, moving into a new power. But you've got to seek the vision. You've got to look in your swelgeness, your past, that whirlpool, and you've got to re-establish attributes of your power that have been, I would say, they've had earth energy thrown all over them. And I'm gonna say it's a kind of cardinal dust that came in and was just stopping your glow. And it's time to blow that off, have the vision, fuel back up with fire. This is also coming across as that energy of one step on from the magician, knowing not what you want to manifest, but how it will manifest within you. Oh, I'm dripping. What else for Leo? So there's something in here with this Five of Cups and the King of Cups that they're telling me to read it as an almost completed fraction of the Six of Cups. So reuniting with your soul. I'm being shown a kind of South Node energy, horseshoe frequency. Remember the gifts you came with, because you came with so many enormous gifts. And this is about, what do I want to say? It's like, ooh, what's hooting in the dark for your attention? What's the Minerva wisdom, that frequency that you need to connect into? And then we have justice. And that's got this frequency of going into Cardinal Libra, Moon in Libra, balancing back your emotions, ready for the journey forwards. And then we have this card in this deck talks of transformation, turning the world on its head, moving things into new directions. And that being the spark that fuels the fires within you. But you've got to reconnect. It's so weird to say reconnect with old energies. They are old, but their purpose is of the future. They're gifts that you came with, as I said before. They're energies that will remove blockages. You are enough to remove all the blockages you feel in life. But to do that, you've got to be Leo. You've got to really connect with that fierceness. So, yeah, look. You're stuck. Reconnect with your truth. It's no longer time to feel hung stopped, broken. Your power opens all the portals into your 2023 energy. There's I'm picking up an energy of ancestor spirit, an ancestor spirit that is part of your unblocking story. They've got messages for you of parts of their own Leo energy that you've lost. They will help you to find it. I don't think I wanted this deck, but you know what? I picked it up. Let's go with it. What else can we say to Leo? 2023 for Leo. '23 for Leo, for Leo, for Leo, for Leo. There's something, that way around. There's something in this industrialness to bring yourself and community back into the world, but you're praying, somehow anticipating the energy that sits between these two threes, which is the Valet of Cups. It's about an exchange of emotions, an exchange of an emotional frequency, tune, newness. I feel there's an energy here where recently in projects that you've been sort of just not feeling part of the community that you're working within. And this desire, this wish, this hope to reunite with your truth, which you will, don't forget, is about bringing in new emotional relationships. There's something where your place of work, your space within people in the community, you work within those spaces, but you don't feel at the moment any emotional content. So that moving from house 10 to house 11 is telling you that your energy will move to a new emotional. And that's also what this is doing, that Six of Cups energy, that fraction of being a little way off. It's like all the emotions that you couldn't work through are returning. So you've got the King of Batons, King of Fire. Again, there's this energy of the newness of your melody. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion wakes tonight. It's that energy. You're waking back up this year. And then we've got the Queen of Coins. And she feels like an ancestor energy, helping you to see the map back into the world, back into the community, emotionally stable. That's what we're getting, Leo. Feeling emotionally stable. Feeling royal. Oh. And then we have this wonderful Devil card. And I love this card so much because it kind of speaks of, what do I want to say? Like a naughty impishness, like getting your mojo back somehow. Getting a little bit, fired up, getting a little bit playful. I've got 2 cards there, and as I've been shuffling, they've been moving, turning the clock. I was going to say both back and forwards, and that's exactly what we've got. Empress, which is again this Ganesh energy. Your power is to unblock your emotions and be a giant of stability, a brand new you in the community, reaching out to others because you found you. I mean, that's gorgeous energy. And then you're throwing them in my lap. So it begins with, just don't rush it. The fires are returning, but don't rush it. Pull back and just give yourself a little bit of time. Again, we're back with the moon energy. Plot your emotional journey forwards and you will get the world. You will get perfection. You will find your place, you know, as a community leader in some way or within the work you do. It's bringing you into yourself. And that, to me, is the best thing we can have. Because we don't want to be lost. You're going to find the pieces that have evaded you for a while. So, that's a beautiful energy. Leo, have fun coming home to yourself.